A major concern for so many of us is the care of our loved ones should they need more full-time attention due to sickness or an injury. And it's encouraging to know that there are wonderful places like Maria Regina Residence in Brentwood ready to provide that full-time care in an atmosphere so filled with joy and hospitality. It's my pleasure to welcome from Maria Regina Residence, Ellen Bartoldus, to our show. Ellen, thanks for being with us.
Good morning. Hi.
Maria Regina Residence has a great history. I mean, could you just give us a little bit of that first as we begin today?
Sure. Maria Regina is a ministry of the Sisters of St. Joseph, and it was founded primarily to meet the needs of aging sisters, but also to welcome lay people and religious priests. Our mission is to bring Christ's healing, comfort, and power to everyone, and we offer those kinds of services.
It's wonderful. And I find it's a place, it's much more than just, because people might be at home saying, oh, it's like a nursing home. But it's much more than just that, right?
It is. It is. We do offer skilled nursing care, and that is our primary function. But more importantly, we offer rehabilitation services. So short-term services that can bring people back to their functioning, back to their health, and then back to their homes and community.
What is skilled nursing care? What would that involve?
Skilled nursing care involves particular medical needs. So people who need the skilled care of a nurse, whether it's for medication, injections, those kinds of things that cannot be provided by an unlicensed person.
Okay.
And then also it's in the wonderful umbrella or in the wonderful care of a Catholic community, right?
Absolutely. We are truly a community of elders where people can come and live their life. This is a vibrant, active community. I think what makes Maria Regina so special is that at the heart of what we do is our pastoral care. So that we have Mass every day. We have the sisters that are there to meet and talk to people. So we look at people's physical, emotional, and their spiritual needs.
And I know we have a lot of fans there too, because we get a lot of letters from residents, and they're always asking us and encouraging us, which is wonderful, you know.
Telecare is always on our radar.
I love
always
that.
on our radar.
Now, how did you get involved, Ellen?
I've been a social worker, and I've worked in gerontology for many, many, many years. I am a graduate of grammar school and high school with the Sisters of St. Joseph. So for me, it was sort of like coming home. And I've been a nursing home administrator, so I have joined the team at Maria Regina.
What about some advice for all of us as our parents age? Like we all have parents who are aging, and so many people watching right now probably are in that situation. I remember one time I offered a day of reflection for people who have parents who are aging, and we had to cut it off at 250 people because so many people came, because so many people are in this situation, you know.
Yeah.
Could you offer some advice to us in that way?
I would say I think it's very important to begin to think about early and to begin to have conversations with parents or loved ones. At Maria Regina, we believe very much in the autonomy of the individual. So it's not about us planning for our loved ones, but planning together with them. So I think that is the beginning process, to understand who our parents are, what do they need, and really what would be the best for them in the least restrictive, most comfortable environment.
It's really interesting. My parents are in their 60s. I would never think that we have to sit down and talk about what are we going to do later on in life, but to be prepared for that and to have them involved with that decision is so important.
I mean, we're really looking at, if you've made it to 60 healthy, you have a good chance of making it to 95.
That's great.
So we need to begin to think about that.
Wow,
that's wonderful. What about some of the other services that are provided in the context of Maria Regina? I know there's rehabilitation services and things like that, but what are some of the other things that you're doing too?
One of the exciting programs that we have is the Medical Model Adult Daycare Program, and that is a wonderful program for people who need medical and social care during the day, but are able to remain in their communities and at home. So we have social workers, we have nurses, we have physicians there. And it's a great atmosphere because people come, and not only are their medical needs met, but they come and they have fun and they get to participate in the life of a larger community. So they're not isolated at home.
So they literally would come in every day and go home?
They come in every day, Monday through Friday, from 8 to 3.
Isn't that great?
And it really is a wonderful, wonderful program, and we're very excited about it.
Yeah, and does it blanket a kind of large area of our island here, of Long Island? Or?
We try and part of the process is that we also have transportation. So we try and keep that within a 30 to 40 minute radius, so people are not on the transportation for so long.
Yeah,
Right,
sure.
right.
But it's a very diverse community. It's a very vibrant community, and we hear a lot of laughter and a lot of excitement
great.
From that room.
What's the process of if somebody wanted to come and be a part of the community? What do they do?
Well, if they're interested in adult daycare, they can simply call us, and then we will be in touch with them about applying for that. For the nursing home, what is required for any nursing home is what's called a patient review instrument, and that is an assessment that's needs to be filled out by a registered nurse. So if someone has a parent or a loved one in the hospital can fill that out. If their loved one is at home, they can call visiting nurses or any of the certified agencies. That comes to Bruce Capadoro, our admissions director, and we take it from there. We meet with the family, we meet with the resident if possible, and see if we're a good match and a good fit.
Also, another thing that I'm privileged because I know some of the people who are there, and one of my priest classmates is the pastor right across the lawn at St. Anne's, Father Frank Nelson.
Right.
So he speaks a lot about Maria Regina, but he says that, and I've met the staff is just an incredible bunch of people, and I know everybody says that about their staff, but there are some very unique things about your staff, right?
Yes. I think one of the most unique things is the longevity.
Oh, yeah.
People come to work at Maria Regina and they remain.
Yeah.
And in a field where there is such incredible turnover, particularly among the certified nursing assistants, our folks stay.
That's nice.
So they get to know people, they get to care about people, they get to love people. And that's why I say we are a true community. It's not a groups of people going in and out. We really hold our community very sacred.
The other thing I love, too, is that the Sisters of St. Joseph are still involved in many ways, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. The Sisters of St. Joseph are really at the heart of what we do. We have a pastoral care team of 7 sisters who are there on a daily basis, who accompany our residents to the hospital, who are there when families need them, who are there when our residents die. And it is one of the things that makes Maria Regina so unique and so special.
And also some of the aging sisters live amidst the other residents as well, right?
Absolutely. We have Sisters of St. Joseph, we have Mercy Sisters, we have Daughters of Wisdom. So we are really a wonderful facility for religious orders to bring their sisters to. So it's a very nice mix of lay people, of sisters, and it's I think it's a good expression of our values and our beliefs.
Oh, yeah. And those sisters, whenever I get a letter from them or whenever I hear from them or visit, I always say, please pray for me, because those sisters praying for you, oh, boy, that's a good thing. Those are holy women. And,
they pray for me every morning.
They
They
live
tell
a
me.
lot of life.
This is
They're just such wonderful people. I'm also curious about the families because, there's probably been a lot of response from families about how they felt having, their loved ones in the community of Maria Regina. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Sure. I'm a family member also because my mother-in-law happens to be at Maria Regina, and she came before I certainly worked there. It's a very challenging decision and a difficult one for families to bring their loved ones anyplace. But I think what we do is make families feel comfortable, safe, so when they leave, they know that their mom or dad are in good hands.
That's so important.
So we get lots of letters, we get lots of conversations, and families become part of our communities. So we have a family council that supports kind of those special things, events and gifts to the residents. So it's really, we take everybody in. We're very broad.
I have to tell you, too, I was at this, of all places, I was at the cemetery one time, and I was doing a service at a cemetery. Another gentleman from another family comes over to me and says, aren't you Monsignor Vaughn from... I said, yeah. And he says, I have a relative who's in Maria Regina. This is God's honest truth. And I just got to tell you, you should have them on television because people should know about that place. And I said, really? And he goes, yeah, it's my mom. And we just think the world of that place, and you should do something on television with them. And I said, well, we already do a lot with them, and I'm going to get them to do more, I promise you.
Great.
That's a wonderful thing, right? To have that kind of people out there who you're not, these people are not paid to be spokespeople, and here they are saying this is wonderful.
Exactly.
And Ellen, you seem to love this job. I mean, has it affected you personally, spiritually, just being there? It's
so interesting having worked in other nursing homes. And nursing homes can often be challenging places. There is something about Maria Regina that is extraordinary.
Yeah.
I feel like I have come home.
Oh,
Isn't that nice, huh?
lovely.
And that's kind
awesome.
of a kind of special.
Sure.
And I feel like I am allowed to guide, not to lead, not to be the boss, but to guide really, really wonderful people in doing what they have.
That's a wonderful
Wow,
thing.
what a
You
good-
know, I was at you're getting teary-eyed too.
I
Because you
know.
love it so much. I can see it in your face, my Lord. That's the proof right there. You know, the other night I was at the website, and the website is so informative. I mean, you have a lot of things on your website, lots and lots of stuff. Can you talk a little bit about that? Because that's a great site you have.
Well, the website, I think, provides a lot of information about Maria Regina, gives people a good feel for what we do and who we are. Their application information is on that website, so it makes it very easy for people just to kind of click and really just get what they need, so that if they're interested in beginning the process, they can do it.
That's great.
And Bruce, our admissions person, is always monitoring that, and he's right in there to be able to gather all that information.
And what
I
is
know,
the website?
Yeah, can you give us the website?
Website is www.mariareginaresidence.org.
Easy enough.
Beautiful. Good. We'll have it up on the screen, and we'll have your number too.
Great.
For even the adult daycare, which what a great thing that
Yeah.
is.
Yes, that is it. People should really think about adult daycare because it blends the best of both worlds.
Yeah. I might go Saturdays and Sundays or Thursdays and Fridays. We'll see.
I'm just thinking, should I
could
tell
use
my 6-year-old this is where I want to be when
Yeah,
I get older?
absolutely.
Is this too early?
We'll put you on
the
our
waiting
list.
list.
On the
We'll
list
put you
now
on
and
our
see how we
list.
do, right?
That sounds like a great place.
Well, I can't thank you enough for coming by and for the
Yeah,
great work
thank
you're
you.
doing. The proof is right there in the community. Like, if you meet somebody who has a loved one there, just ask them, and you're going to hear. It's incredible what you hear. I got it unsolicited at the cemetery one day. And maybe one day we'll go over and visit you with
That'd
a
be
camera, and we
great.
can
Absolutely.
show
That'd
people
be
like
great.
what it really is, you know,
Yeah.
and give them a sense of that too, and the beautiful chapel and everything else you have there going on, which is wonderful.
Terrific.
Well, thanks for being with us today.
Yeah, thank
You're
you.
more than
Awesome,
welcome.
very encouraging. All right, we're going to take a quick break, but don't go anywhere. There's more good news right after this.